La la la, hey, yeah, yeah.
Welcome back to Daytime here on Rogers TV. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. These days, money is tight. There's no question, but we all want to get away and enjoy this beautiful summer weather that we've had. Maybe not. Maybe you just want to stay at home and enjoy yourself
Exactly.
well. Our money expert who always knows exactly what we should be doing to save money and make the most of our money, Judith Kane, is here for Money Monday. Good to see ya.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah.
You're looking good.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you
too.
very much.
Summery,
I love
'cause
the
it's summer.
colorful
Yeah,
outfits.
you are summer personified right there.
Well, you know, sometimes you have to bring the sunshine. If it's not going to come to you, you have to bring
Yeah,
it.
it's true. And that's a perfect way to look at
Yeah.
it, right? Nothing we can do about the weather.
Nope.
It's the one thing in the world that we can't do
That's
anything
right.
about. So when we're deciding about these vacations, Judith, what should we be considering as we're making our planning, if you will?
Well, I think the first thing that you have to do is figure out how much money you have to spend.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always all about the budget and the finances, and you have to make sure that you're within your budget. So if you have maybe $1,000 to spend on summer vacation or $500, once you know what your money limit is, then you can say, okay, now what is it that we'd like to do? And then you try and marry the two and see if you could fit them together and do what you want to do in the money that you've allocated to do that.
So I'm guessing you don't recommend doing the famous, I'll just put it on the credit card and we'll pay that $3,000 later.
Yeah, because you know, people look at those pictures 3 months later, 4 months later, 5 months later, they're looking at those pictures going, yes, and we're still paying off the vacation. Or they're looking at the rain in those pictures and saying, we had a crappy vacation and we're still paying for the vacation.
Right, yeah.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And in these times, it's really important to try and not put yourself into what I call bad debt.
Okay.
So let's send ourselves on a vacation, and there's a whole bunch of ways we can do that that are within great budget strategies. And one is a staycation. You've heard that. It's a hot topic these days. And a staycation can be anything from staying in your own home and enjoying the tourist sites of your city, enjoying some of the restaurants, pretending that you're away on holiday, except that your accommodations are paid for.
Yeah, that's true, right? 'Cause
It's
if you were away
absolutely
on
true.
holiday, you'd be going out to restaurants every day, and that's one of the fun parts about it, though. Is you don't have to cook, you don't have to clean, all of that.
That's right. And if you've got kids, you know, make sure you have a babysitter for them, and that's your money. If you've allowed yourself $500, that's some pretty nice dinners out.
Yes, sure.
For sure.
Yeah. Now there's also all sorts of the tourist sites around Ottawa are amazing. You can go from water slides to caves, inside to outside. You know, with the weather the way it is, sometimes being in a cave maybe isn't such a bad idea. Yeah. So.
Well, and you mentioned before the show too, plan around some of the festivals here in the Blues Fest is going on right now. Why not take this whole week off?
Really, I thought Ottawa was full of golf tournaments, but I'm convinced that there's more festivals than golf tournaments in this town.
This city
Jazz
is fantastic
Fest,
for it.
the Jazz Festival, Blues Fest, the Ottawa Folk Festival, and everything, the free concerts that the NAC puts on. I mean, the free concerts you can see at the Governor General's house. It's just amazing. And there's actually camping facilities for the Folk Festival. So if you wanted to have a staycation, stay overnight.
Yeah.
Camp, you know, have
That would
some
be
fun in
super
camp.
fun, actually.
That's
Go
right
to
up
an
your
event.
alley.
Well, no, but I could picture you going to Blues Fest, having a night, pitching a tent.
Oh, absolutely.
You would be the
Oh,
happiest
yeah.
person.
I would be.
And there's something to be said for that as well, Judith. Like you mentioned about staying at home but going out for your meals and that sort of thing. But I think we put all this money and effort and time and work into our homes.
We don't enjoy them.
We
Don't
don't
enjoy
enjoy
it.
it. That's right. That's
Really,
right.
when you think
but you have
about
to
it.
promise yourself you're not going to do anything around the house.
Yeah,
so
that's
before
true.
you act like you've gone on vacation, do all your laundry, clean the house, do everything before you start your vacation,
That's
staycation,
great advice.
and then just come in and go to sleep. Now, unfortunately, no one's going to make your bed for you or put down and put a piece of chocolate on. Now, another way that you can have a staycation is to swap houses. We've all heard of people who swap houses, you know, from here to England or from here to France.
Right.
Do it in your own province, your own country. So there are great websites, and it's becoming very popular to say go from Ottawa to Toronto. So you swap with a family who wants to come to Ottawa for a vacation and you want to go to Toronto for a vacation. It doesn't cost you anything because you're each staying in each other's house. It's nice to have someone in your house while you're away, maybe taking care of the pets, feeding the fish, and you get to enjoy the sights of that city without having to pay accommodations. It's not very far away. Or swap with someone who's in another. Saskatchewan is beautiful. Winnipeg has one of the best folk festivals around. Swap with someone in Winnipeg.
What a great idea. I'd never heard of this until you mentioned it today, this morning when we were talking.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
And is there an abundance of people looking to do this?
Absolutely.
Like, is it a matter of Googling and going for it?
Absolutely. There's great sites that are very, you know, they've done lots of work on who the people are so that you know who they are, pictures of each other, and you know, you can Google now, you can find out about people. So, you know, it's pretty safe, and there's people who do the research so they know who you register with them and say that this is what you have available, and for the most part it's worked out. I mean, there are going to be the odd horror story.
Right.
And another fun thing to do is go camping in your own. I mean, Northern Ontario is a beautiful place to go, and most people haven't been there. And if you drive up, you can take the train that goes through the Agora Canyon, which is just a stunning, beautiful view. And RVs, you can rent RVs, tent trailers. You don't have to. I know you hate camping with tents.
Tents I'm not into, but
you could do the RV, I think.
Some of these RVs are
you
like
should see some of these RVs.
driving
You walk
hotels.
They're way nicer than the first 2 apartments I ever lived in.
Yeah, that's right.
Some of them have fireplaces. They're just incredible.
You were saying that just 2 brand new RV places just opened up and they're doing
Orleans,
unbelievable business.
Because people don't want to buy a cottage. They don't want to be stuck in one spot. So they buy an RV and they either put it in a campground 1 year for the year and then they move it to another place, or they drive around. Maybe they use their kids' address in the wintertime. That's where they stay, and in the summer they're here.
Right.
But in the winter they're driving their RV, or they have a cottage that they live at in the summer, and in the winter they're driving wherever they want to go.
You mentioned cottage.
Yes. Now
Popular
cottages,
still?
very popular. First of all, it's expensive. I mean, in Muskoka, the property taxes are in the thousands of dollars. So people are saying maybe we don't need to spend the whole summer up there. Perhaps we'd rent it out for a week or 2, which helps defray the cost of owning a cottage.
Yeah.
And now you can get some fantastic cottages, because people are now using cottages as homes. You talked about a 5-bedroom cottage, and it's costing each family $600 a week.
Yeah, it's a great
It's a great
budget.
vacation. Sometimes they come with boats or canoes, or you know, all the amenities, washers, dryers.
Barbecue. It comes
and
with
you
everything.
don't have to sleep on the ground.
Exactly.
Hey!
That is
I like
highly
both.
overrated. I agree. That's highly overrated.
Thank you, Judith. So much. It's wonderful. These are all great ideas, and like you said, sometimes the best vacations is right in our own backyards, and we don't even realize. Thank you. She always has great advice. You can find out,
does.
Yeah, you can find out more information. Contact Judith, send her an email, and she's got more and more information. As soon as we come back from the break, pay attention, watch, don't talk. We're going to learn how to cook. Culinary conspiracy. Robert's in the kitchen. Don't go away.
Yay! Always food afterwards. Always
I know.
food.
You can stay.